and welcome back to my channel. My name is Heaveness, and today we're just going to be talking about toddler learning or toddler homeschooling and what we do in our household to teach Noah. So if you're interested, just continue watching and we're just going to jump right into it. So first, I just want to say, it's not the same thing every single day, and to be quite completely honest, some days we miss and we don't stay on a strict schedule, but we never stop teaching. And I really do feel that Noah's learning more and more each day. And even if you don't have time set aside to be able to homeschool your child full time, if you're not a stay-at-home mom, even if it's just 10-15 minutes a day, then it does make a huge difference, especially because at this age their attention span is actually pretty short. So sometimes I can only get in 15 minutes of learning with Noah at a time. Sometimes it's 30 minutes. Sometimes it's an hour. But whatever it is, however long, it's all helpful and it's all beneficial. So we try to stay within an actual schedule because it's easier for me and it gets him, more expectant of it so that he has a, longer attention span for it. And Noah's 2 and he's going to be 3 in April. Right now, this is February, so he's going to be 3 in about 2 to 2.5 months or so. One thing that I use is a planner to organize it out, because when I wake up, sometimes I just don't have time to figure it all out. I prefer to plan it ahead of time, so if I can do that at the beginning of the week or at the end of the week for the next week, then that's really helpful for me. So just an example, so here's a planner that I use, and in this planner, it's nothing, it's so basic. They have some really fancy ones out there at the stores on Amazon, but this was the one that I already had and it works just fine. You could really just use a notebook if you want to. I just need to be able to write down what we have planned out. So here's, for example, this is what it looks like. So as you can see up here, this is the month, and the month is February. And then over here, I just wrote this is Noah's lesson plans. And I kind of just write down our lesson plans for the day. So if you can see that, this is for Thursday because today is Wednesday. So this is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then Sunday is on here as well. And then you turn it in, it starts over Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then on the back, so forth. So all I do is just plan out, for 7 days what we're planning to do, so that when we wake up, I can literally just look at it and pull out what we need. And if I actually have class, then I can already have it set aside and pulled out so that he can actually get a head start on it while I'm in class, like his ABC puzzles and his numbers or his coloring and his writing and things like that. So for example, lesson plan for Thursday, alphabet and letter sounds using his alphabet poster board, his puzzle, and his alphabet flashcards. We also have choose 3 sight words that begin with the letters A, B, and C, as well as 3 sight word books, and sound out the words in his first 100 word book and practice spelling his name. So that's everything. And sometimes, like I said, we don't get through the whole lesson plan for the day, and sometimes we have to break it up and split it up. We do half in the morning and then half later, in the late afternoon, evening after he eats his lunch. But we try to get it done, and whatever we don't get done, we just do another day. Noah's first name is 4 letters long, so it was actually easy for us to get him to, get on board with spelling his name. We put it into a song, and he really enjoyed that. Once we realized that by him watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, how in the beginning, if you guys are familiar with Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, in the beginning they spell his name out in a song. And he's watched Mickey Mouse Clubhouse so many times that he knows how to spell Mickey Mouse. And once I was seeing that, I was like, he knows how to spell Mickey Mouse, but he doesn't know how to spell his name. We're going to use that same, concept and that same strategy to get him spelling his name. So that's what we did. We put his name in a song, and right now he can only spell his first name because our last name is long. No one can barely pronounce our last name. So I don't expect him to be spelling it right away, but that doesn't mean that he can't. So we're still gonna, work towards it. But he can pronounce it a lot better than many adults. They can't barely pronounce our last name, but he can pronounce it. So practicing spelling his name, we just repeat it. We repeat it in the song, and then we put some letters up, some little magnet letters on the fridge or on his whiteboard. It's magnetic, and we just use that to have him spell out his name so he just doesn't forget it. The way that we taught Noah his alphabet is we use a variety of different ways, but the way that was most beneficial, let me show you guys. was puzzles, because Noah really loves puzzles. So anything that kids can play with and interact with, it's a really great learning experience, because what kid doesn't like to play? This is the alphabet puzzle. And this is by Melissa and Doug, and we got it off Amazon. He really likes it, and he can just put the letters into the puzzle. And while he's playing with him, like, we take the pieces and we scatter them out, and then I say, hey, can you find the A? Where's the A? And then he puts it in there, and I'm like, wow, good job, you found the A. What about the B? Can you find the B? And that helped him to recognize what they look like, because even though he learned the ABC song, he didn't know what they looked like. So we had to teach him and show him what they actually look like. And when we sing the song, we can sing it like with the puzzle, like going along the board. And now we're actually going over like the sounds. So now when he puts his letters into the puzzle, we ask him what sound does it make, and we go over the sounds as well. But he gets bored with flashcards faster, and I just flip through them. I try to go fast, but not too fast. But because he gets bored and we could normally not get through all 26 of the letters, I try to either split them up in half or go a little bit faster and just try to like be really exciting with it, so that it's a lot more fun with him. So let me show you the flashcards. So these are the flashcards, and we just go through them to like practice the letters, a picture of like an object that starts with that letter. It has the uppercase and the lowercase. And this one is by Star Right, and we actually got these from Amazon. It came with like 5 different types of flashcards. These are the letters, and then we also have numbers that looks just like it. So let me show you the numbers. These are the numbers, and then it has a number of objects on the card. So for the alphabet, we just show him like, hey, what letter is this? This is an A. And we say big A, small A. Or we say uppercase A, lowercase A. And then we say, what sound does it make? So we, go A, and it sounds A. Or just like I said, sometimes I have to go faster. So I go, hey, what letter is this? And he goes A, and I go, what sound does it make? And he say A, and I hurry up and turn it. Or to go even faster, if he's really bored, we just go A, B, B, C, K, D, D, and so forth. And that's the number puzzle that we use. This is by Melissa and Doug as well. We got this one from Target, so we get his puzzles from Amazon and Target. We got this one, and this one, it was actually gifted to him at his 2nd birthday party, but it looks like it's by B Toys. You can see that. B Toys. And this one was gifted to him. We have the flashcards, and then we just say, what number is this? And he say 1. And then we say, oh, 1 heart. What number is this? 2. 2 turtles. 1, 2. And we say, what number is this? 2. The same thing. 2 buses. 1, 2. And then 3. 3 frogs. 1, 2, 3. And that's how we practice his numbers. We went and we just bought a board from the dollar store, for Family Dollar. They have them at Target, Walmart, the dollar store, wherever. It's one of those like science project boards. And then we ordered these little poster boards that you can put inside of it. And these ones are already like laminated, but it came in a pack. And so it has his colors on it, his alphabet, it has his numbers, it has 2D and 3-dimensional shapes, and then over here it has farm animals, transportation, and then over here, days of the week, months of the year. We'll just go over the alphabet and the numbers if we're just doing that for that day, or sometimes we'll just go down the whole list, because he just wants to. So we bought these. They have them. We got some of them from Amazon and some of them from the dollar store. So there's so many, like, we just have a bunch of them. They all couldn't fit on the same board, and then some of them we just haven't began teaching him yet. Like, these have numbers up to 100, and we still haven't gotten past 20. So we'll put this on the board another, like in the future. But we just have a bunch of them, and we just ordered these from Amazon and got some from the dollar store, and we just put them on like a poster board, and we can use. For Thursday, we have 3 sight words that begin with the letters A, B, and C. And so now that he knows the letters and the letter sounds, we're practicing words that start with that letter. We're getting his sight words out of his first 100 word book. We used this when we were just teaching him his first 100 words. And now that he knows the words in the book, we're going to use it for his sight words. So we're going to just say pick 3 sight words to practice. So for example, I'm going to go through the book and I'm going to pick some A, B, and C words. So for example, apple. And I'm going to pick another one for B, like this one, banana. And then we're going to pick another one for C, like this one, coat, because we're going for the short letter sound. And so I'm just going to be picking some sight words out of his 100 word book because the words in here are easy. He already knows them. So I know, you know, it has the pictures and the letters, so I know it'll be easy for him to pick up on, you know, how that works. So I can just show him, and then I can actually ask him, like, what letter is that? And he'll tell me, like, A. I can say, what sound does it make? And he'll go, ah. And I'm going to say, what object is that? And he'll say, apple. And then I'll repeat, A says, ah, like apple. And then we'll do A, B, and C for the, you know, entire week. And then we'll move on to D, E, and F. And then we'll start over, you know, once he's got through A through Z, we'll start over with 3 new sight words. So, and, you know, there was like 50 of them at least. And I just go through and pick the type of sight word book, and it just helps him recognize the sight words in the book so that it teaches them early reading. This one, and then we'll pick 2 more, and we'll go over the same 3 books the entire week. This one is farm animals, and the sight words are I and C. So very easy, and it's literally like 5 pages long or so, and it has pictures, so he'll recognize I, C, and then a cow. So as long as he can recognize the I and the C, and he knows what animal it is, then he can pretty much read the book. I see a cow, recognize I see a horse, and then so forth. And this is a book that he can easily learn how to read, and he can easily learn how to read I and C. The animals change, so for him to, you know, remember and recognize what each animal word is, that's going to take a little more time. It'll be a little more difficult, but we're doing this, the same 3 books, a whole week, so that it'll really stick. We just switch it up every day and refer back to it sometimes, or make a whole new lesson plan. So for Friday, we have numbers 1 through 20 using a counting workbook to count objects using this cookie jar, because I like to go in depth so that I remember for myself how I'm going to teach him this stuff without trying to think about it, process it, or figure it out. Practice the same 3 sight word books and the same 3 sight words. And let me show you guys. For Friday, we're going to be practicing his writing. Dot to Dot for Tiny Tots book, and it's by Pretty Books, and it's a wipe clean book, so you can just use a dry erase marker and then utilize this book as many times as you want, and it really gets them to practice learning how to write. So Noah, at first, all he could draw was just a circle. It was really easy for him because he didn't have to be precise. But we want him to learn how to like write his name soon, so we use this book. So it's just like a connect the dot book, and as you can see, we kind of already started a little bit practicing just going. I tell him, like, start from this dot, go down to this dot. So from dot to dot, dot to dot, dot to dot. And sometimes I put my finger here when he has his marker on the dot, and I just say follow my finger, stop. And that's how I get him drawing the lines. And then we do the same thing with this one, going horizontally, and he actually did pretty good. I just tell him, like, follow, go dot to dot, dot to dot, and he did really good. It gets harder. So this one's like a swirl type of design, and you gotta follow from this dot all the way to this dot, and then this one is like up and down pattern. So they're it gets difficult. Like, let me go to the back of the book. This is what it looks like further down in the book. So it starts off easy, and then it gets, you know, harder. And then it even has like numbers, like connect the number with the amount of objects. So he would count them, and then he will find the number and draw a line. So it's a lot, and it's actually a long, like, it's pretty hefty. It's a lot of pages in here. And again, this book was like $5, and we love it. So we have a lot of different things that we picked up from Target, Amazon, the dollar store. You know, we just, when we're out, if we see something, we grab it. And then sometimes I'm browsing on Amazon, like if I'm trying to decide, like, okay, this is what I want him to learn. How am I going to teach him that? And then I just search for different, like, Montessori and homeschooling or toddler aged appropriate, you know, learning books and activities. This is a fun one. It's a counting sticker book. It's like $4, and it shows how many rocket ships. One rocket ship. And then it tells you at the bottom, like, put one astronaut in the rocket ship, and it comes with the stickers. So you find one astronaut, you put it in the rocket ship, and then it's the same thing. How many puddles are there? Or how many rocks are there? 2 rocks. How many mud puddles are there? 3. Then it'll tell him put 3 pigs in the mud puzzles, and it'll tell him put 2 dinosaurs to the rocks. So he'll just go back to the sticker page. He'll put 3 pigs in the mud puzzle, and then he'll put, where are the dinosaurs? He took a dinosaur off, and he'll put 2 dinosaurs. If he had 2 dinosaurs, he'll put 2 dinosaurs on the rocks. And so this is a really, you know, fun book. Like I said, sometimes if I'm in class, I'll put some stuff out for him to do beforehand, so that when he wakes up, he can just, you know, begin learning. And this is really just like a really cool coloring book. So as you can see, he just colors numbers in one truck. Color 2 shoes. You know, it's just a coloring book. It's fun. It's interactive. It has shapes. Just to give you guys like 2 more examples from the lesson plan. We'll do pretend play, and then his shapes. So shapes was mostly just puzzles. We mostly taught him his shapes from his puzzles, as well as the poster board, display board. And he really likes, like, we've had this one since he was like a baby. He picked up on shapes like really, really, really early from this. He got this one when he turned 2. It has numbers and it has shapes. And it's the same thing, it has letters. And then we have just a regular wooden shape puzzle. Next, we're going to talk about pretend play, which is just another form of learning that we do that's less boring and more interactive. And you can also use pretend play for speech development. A bunch of little animals. And we use Ziploc black bags because it's just so easier to keep things organized, and it's really inexpensive. So let's see. These are some animals that we got from Amazon. As you can see, he made a horse, cow, but this is what it looks like. And you just put them together, and you can practice the sounds that the animals make, and you can, you know, recognize what the animals are. Now, another thing that we have, here's a cow, and we have like these little barns. So you can put them inside, close it, and then I can show it to him, and then I can say, hey, what number is that? Number 1. And I can go, oh, what color is it? It's a red one. And do you want to see what's inside of it? You want me to open it? Say open. And open it. Oh, wow, what's that? And then I show him, like, it's a cow. What sound does the cow make? Moo. Good job. And this is just how we do our pretend play. You know, it's learning. He's learning his numbers, his colors. He's learning to tell me, like, tell me what he wants. Like, tell me to open it. He's picking up on those words. He's picking up on cow. It's a cow. The sounds that it makes. And, like, if you want to teach him, like, to respond to you, you can ask him, like, do you want me to open it? And you got to tell him, say yes. Yes, say yes. And then you'll open it after he says yes. And then this is also a good way to teach sign language. You can do the same thing for like sign language. This is a number 2, but you can tell him, do you want me to open it? And then you'll say open. And or you can do this one. You can say, do you want more? Do you want more? Tell me more. Tell me more first, and you make sure they don't take it. Like you say, tell me more. Say more. No, do it. Sign it. Say, you want more? Then tell me. Say more. Say more. More. And then once he tells you more, you'll give it to him. And so he'll understand, like, if you want it, you have to tell me. And then he'll learn the sign for that as well. That is just, you know, a quick, brief overview of how we do some of Noah's learning and homeschooling, and just, like, some ideas and things that you can get from Amazon and Target, or some ideas that you can make up on your own. We got these little farm animals from Amazon. We actually got these to keep him busy on the plane when we took a trip to Florida. They kept him busy, and we was able to just stick it inside of his little backpack, and but we still use those, and we still use these. He made what's that? A pig horse. He made a pig horse. And then we also have like a little farm that we got from Amazon, and we kind of just use the farm to play with the animals as well. That's just a general overview of how, you know, we utilize our resources to teach him, and so that he's continuously learning and interacting with different, you know, learning resources, and how we put different learning opportunities in front of him. If you have any questions or concerns or any suggestions, that would be great and helpful. Leave them below in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more information like this or more videos like this, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content that I will be posting once a week. Thank you guys for watching.